Hi, everyone. Welcome to the ZB Philly Sports Podcast. This is episode 20, our Brian Dawkins episode. Zach, how would you like to get us started?
We're in person, guys.
Yep.
If you didn't see our, what is it called? Eagles preview.
Yep.
I'm back in town. First of hopefully a couple, in person, podcasts here. But to get into it, we're going to start with the Phillies here. A little good news out of the Dominican Republic League. Johan Rojas won, I think, both rookie and a gold glove.
Yep.
Which hopefully should translate over to the major league level. I think he was close to a gold glove this year in the major league level. So it's just great to see that he actually got one.
Yeah. No, I didn't know he was a rookie in the league because I thought he played in a Dominican league, but I guess it was a different one.
Yeah, I didn't know he was either.
Besides that, not much else has happened.
Not much.
MLB Network, I don't think, we didn't record last week, so didn't talk about this. MLB Network named their top 10 starting pitchers.
Okay.
We only had one in the top 10, but that was Zach Wheeler at number 1.
Yes.
So,
very, very good.
Another little random thing I saw. Only 12 players from the Phillies 2022 World Series roster remain on their current 40-man roster.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Half of the team already is
over
is
half
gone.
the team.
Over half the team is gone already, which is crazy.
Right. Besides that, not much.
Besides that,
there's some stuff for this upcoming season that I'm just gonna wait till the season's closer.
Pitchers and catchers, I believe, report in about a month-ish here. I think
right around my birthday.
Yeah, right around I was gonna say like Valentine's Day-ish time. I think that's when we're gonna start getting into like more of like when some promos for you guys to get out to get some games for. Pack the Bank this year.
Yeah,
would be great. I know we're gonna probably be at some games.
I'll definitely be at more than he will.
Let's see what else. Predictions and just like everything about this upcoming season.
Predictions, rumors,
awards. We'll do who we think will be our Phillies and award winners and all that.
Everything you can think of for the Phillies this year, we'll be covering it most likely.
I know Santander and someone else just signed, so there are some free agents out there that potentially
still
could.
Out there.
Alonso's still out there.
Yep.
Which he should be signing any day now.
Right.
So yeah, just keep following. I know this one was a little short today, but no need to stretch something out that we don't hear and you just hear us.
It'll be like us talking about the Eagles in June. There won't be much to talk about.
There won't be much. Hopefully we have a lot more to talk about the Phillies by then. But June Schwarber, all that. Do you want to get into a last topic about the Phillies and get us into the Flyers?
Sure. So we went to the game last night. Flyers versus Red Wings. They won. Now, Weston Wilson, Cody Clemens, Kerkering, Buddy Kennedy, and Christopher Sanchez were all at the game as well.
Right below us.
Yep. It was pretty cool.
What? Cody chugged his beer?
Yep. I think it was Cody and Buddy.
Did Buddy do it? I just saw Cody do it, but yeah.
They did it at the same time, but Cody was much faster.
Oh, gotcha. Hey, sometimes those are losing battles.
Yep.
You just want to hop right into the Flyers?
Might as well.
Okay. We're going to go over the past couple games.
Slow down, I guess.
I know I had a family issue last week, so we didn't really record last week. So I'm trying to think. Let's start from the Ducks.
Yeah, that's good.
Which I don't think we recorded. We recorded before that, I believe.
Yep.
So this is there's a reason why I want to get from the Ducks. Cutter Gauthier in Philly was a great way to see that he got booed every time he was touching the puck. FU Cutter.
Yep.
Chance rained out. I think the moment the puck dropped, we want Cutter. Keep calling him Carter. Cutter. Chance didn't end up winning that game.
Did you see Mitch Kov's Instagram post after that game?
I did not.
He said, "What a night," in his caption.
Jamie Drysdale got a goal against his former team.
Well, what's it called? Cutter, when he was drafted by the Flyers, tweeted, "What a night." Some speculation that he was trolling there.
Him and Konechny, our massive troller, got into a little not like an argument, but kind of like were chirping at each other, and Konechny just didn't want to talk about it. Said it was part of the game. It's in.
Yep.
I don't know if you follow Nasty Knuckles on.
No.
I don't know if any of you guys out there. They were talking about it. Obviously, they do the podcast way more than we do our podcast. But they were saying how there was a lot of just like it was a rough, tough game. All game, and he would go into fights with his hands down. Like he was so shocked. Like embrace the villain that you were made in Philly, and like if you want to talk about like, oh, I hate Philly, like I didn't want to be there, all that stuff. That you've had this marked down on your calendar forever. Get in a fight. Like your team lost 6-0, and you did nothing.
Right. Is that the most we've scored this year, or tied for most? I don't know if we've scored 7.
I don't think we've scored 7. I think we've gotten 7 scored on us. We can do a quick little looky here. There's another 6. Oh, that's what. Oh, we did score 7.
Yep.
So second highest. It's whatever now. I saw before TikTok got banned, which sorry guys, we've not been on TikTok since the ban. Just been crazy.
A lot going on.
Yeah. I think he scored the next game, and they mentioned something about Philly and how like it got in his head or something like that, and I was like, I love how we live in his head went for it. Like I love how all that. Then we moved on to the Panthers, won that game. Lost to the Blue Jackets in a tough shootout loss, I believe. And then beat the Islanders, which there was a missed call I was telling you about. That was, I think, the night I got in. Hoping Paling is good. I don't know if you noticed that we were missing him last night.
And we were missing
Lawton.
Yeah.
So 2 key big guys, which I think kind of sparked something.
Yeah, but I knew that Lawton was out, and he didn't. So
he did. 5-3, tough game, battle through. Devils, who have been a very good team this year. We beat them on Saturday 3-1, and then like last night, we both know. We both were on the edge of our seats all night.
It was a stressful game.
Very stressful game. 2-1 overtime win. Ever since the start, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 game point streak. We've gotten a point. I believe this was an overtime loss. This was a shootout loss. So yeah, getting points in what I said 6 straight games.
Yeah,
that's just remarkable.
And we're currently tied for Rangers point wise.
We're tied.
1 point behind.
2 points behind. For the wild card spot from the Senators, and I forget who the other one. We'll get into that. After. So, like Brendan mentioned, the Rangers are tied with us. We are currently going to play them Thursday night in New York. Then go basically across the street. It's not really across the street, but basically across the street to play the Islanders again. And then Monday and Wednesday, we both have games home and away for New Jersey. And then by that time, we'll be recording somewhere in there. So
I can watch that Devils game.
You can watch that Devils game. 4 tough games. Very tough games. We saw that the Islanders are willing to play against us hard. Devils are just a good team, and obviously the Rangers aren't going to want to lose tomorrow night. But looking at the standings, we are 1 point behind the Blue Jackets for the 4th spot in the Metro, so middle of the pack. Which, Flyers fans out there, don't get me wrong. Well, excuse me. But in 2020, I believe, at this time, we were around this spot, and then we went on a big win streak and got all the way to the top spot, which top spot is 19 points away. So, that's going to be tough to get to the top spot. But we did make the playoffs. Obviously, bubble year, all that. But we did make the playoffs. So, and we won one game in that playoff. So maybe it's a good sign. Montreal Canadiens and the Ottawa Senators are both 2 points ahead of us and the Rangers, and the Bruins are also in the Blue Jackets. So Blue Jackets and Bruins play tonight, so we are all Toronto Maple Leafs fans and New Jersey Devils fans, unfortunately, for tonight. Yeah. But a lot of information there.
Yeah.
I just kept rambling. Yeah. Do you want to get into talk about a little bit about last night?
The Flyers scored first, I believe. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I don't remember who scored that. Was it Farabee?
It was Farabee.
Okay.
We were buying this at the moment.
You can't really even see it because it's black, but yeah.
Nice sweatshirt.
Yeah, it is. It's very soft. And then I don't know who scored for the Red Wings.
Scrub, probably.
Yeah. Chiarot? Chiarot. I don't know how to say it. Yeah, Chiarot. That's what they were saying last night.
Yeah.
He scored, and then it went all the way to overtime, where who scored the overtime goal? Tippett had it close, and then someone knocked it in.
Tippett got it down there, and then Farabee, I think, was down there pushing at it, but they gave it to Lissalani, but I'm giving it to all three.
Yeah.
All three guys were crashing the net. I know from where we were sitting,
it was Farabee's 200th career point as well.
There we go. On that one or the goal?
That one.
That one. So he did get the assist.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was very you didn't know
it was less than 30 seconds left.
Yeah, I think you could have heard a pin drop in that stadium because people were
in the last 2 minutes of overtime, whenever the Red Wings touched the puck, it was just constant boos.
It was just boos. It was
especially when Kane was out there. He got booed pretty much the whole game.
Which he gets booed a lot. It was a great game. It was just wasn't like we were playing awful, but could have played better. Last time we're gonna see these guys.
Yeah, they seemed a little bit scared almost in the beginning.
Yeah, we were talking about that during the game. It was if you're a true Flyers fan, you know this. Typically, when it's a big game, these guys are it's a very young team too, so it's they don't know.
They don't want to make a big mistake.
Yeah, they don't want to be that big mistake that ruins the playoff chances or something like that. But it's finally over. We're done with these guys. Done with the Red Wings for the rest of the year.
Yep.
I don't think they'll make the playoffs. They're right around us, so I guess they could still. Yeah. Will we play them? Probably not. But yeah, it was fun.
Very, very fun.
Brought my girlfriend in to Philly for the first time, so we had to show her some chicken and pizza, and it was her first game. So
a
lot of firsts.
Yep. She is a big fan of crab fries.
She's a huge fan of crab fries and Wawa.
Yeah,
got her hooked on Wawa. But something else I wanted to talk about, which I didn't find out till this morning. Well, I kind of heard it last night on the radio home. I gotta find this guy. Rodrigo
Abels
was his debut last night.
Oh, really?
So, something I didn't know.
Yeah.
Didn't record a point, but that's fine.
He's from Latvia.
Which they had a good run in the tournament this year.
Vancouver drafted him.
Let's see. He did have 2 shots on goal, so
yeah.
I guess.
How much time did he play? Does it say?
10:39.
Oh, that's not bad.
So
yeah,
as a total. So
yeah, that's something I didn't realize until last night. I didn't realize how short all the shifts were. I was gonna guess like 2 to 3 minutes.
Yeah.
But I wasn't expecting under a minute almost every time.
Sometimes I like it because it's like it keeps guys fresh through the whole game.
It keeps momentum going. No one's getting tired.
Yeah.
It makes sense. It's just the only sport I think that could do something like that.
I did see. I don't know if you caught this, but there was some parts of the game where Couturier would rush down the ice and then like coast all the way back. So I don't know if that's. I only saw Couturier doing it.
Yeah, that's the only one I noticed too.
I know Konechny was a little sluggish too, but again, mid-season, well, already in mid-season, so a lot of these guys are probably like. I know Couturier is also getting up there in age. Yeah. Konechny's not really, but
probably trying to rest a little bit to get a bigger push going.
You knew like you could get back in that. So I don't know if that's something that Torello coaches to be like. Maybe you don't need to sprint up and then back and waste your energy on your way back. Yeah. So, but no, it was a pretty good game.
Yeah, it was. It was very good.
Other than that,
I don't think we have much.
Pretty much for the Flyers. Other than.
Then I guess we'll get into Sixers to round this out. Do you have anything for the Sixers?
Just that they suck. Yeah, and we will be at the game on Friday.
Yes, so we will against the Cavs.
If any of our followers are out there, if you see us, stop and say hi. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, that's actually pause on the Sixers quick. We could have seen a follower at the Flyers game.
We could have.
We didn't even let them know.
Yeah,
but okay, back onto the Sixers.
Yeah. Did we talk about the stadium change in our last recording?
I don't think so. I don't think we've talked much.
Now building a stadium near all the other stadiums. And I don't really understand what happened there.
Yeah.
But Comcast and the Sixers are also joining together to put in a bid for a WNBA team.
Okay.
Stadium will probably be done 2028 to 2031. I think those are the estimations I've seen. So Wells Fargo Center will probably be around for at least another 10 years.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Plus, they're probably going to hold it for.
Yeah, like they did the Spectrum. They held concerts, other events there.
Yeah.
For the city, you can bring in more money while having games that same night. So that's a good thing.
I just want to know where they're going to put it. That's my Are we gonna lose parking for Phillies, Eagles, Flyers?
We probably will, unless they buy out one of the buildings near there and knock it down.
Yeah, that's my only other thing. Like, where are you gonna? Because you had the jet lot. Or lot on the other side of the link, closest to the highway, and then you have all that. Well, the Phillies do have a lot of parking.
They do.
So I guess you can share a little bit.
Yeah. I'm sure in the next year they'll have the spot.
Yeah.
And we'll know what it is.
But I like it better than Center City.
Yep, I agree.
I like it a lot more because it's.
Yeah, you get to experience all the fans going to Xfinity Live, Chickies and Pete's, just the ones tailgating.
But I remember as a kid, a lot of times where you could go from a Flyers game at 1 and go to a Phillies game at 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
Or a Phillies game at 1 o'clock and go to a Flyers game or a Sixers game at 6 or 7.
Yeah.
They would so close together.
Yeah.
And now that you have the Phillies basically in Red October all the time, the Eagles are
Yeah.
The Eagles are doing great
Every
almost every
Philly
year.
team should be a playoff team at this point.
Yes.
Sixers, I don't know if they will be. Flyers, don't know
Could
if they
be.
could be,
Yeah.
if they will be, but they could be.
Like, the two worst teams we have are both, like, the
Yeah.
Sixers are a spot out of
They're a
playing
playoff
game.
caliber team.
The Flyers are 2 points out of a wild card spot. I
Yeah.
know we're pre All-Star break, Four Nations face off for the, and I know a lot of teams are picking it up like, hey, well, now it's All-Star break. Like, this is,
Yeah.
we're a playoff team. I don't know how it is for basketball, but it's like, we're a playoff team. We know
Yeah.
we can get in. There's someone in there that should be in there. Let's go take them out.
Yeah.
And that's who they have their eyes set on. But at the moment, you have 4 playoff teams,
Right.
which is, I don't see a city.
Yeah, and I think the Union are decent too.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the Union. Yeah, the Union went down to the last game before we knew if they were going to be in the playoffs or not. So, like,
yep.
If you look at other sports cities, other than maybe New York, but
best way to say it is all of our teams are competitive.
Yes, they're very competitive. Like, maybe New York gives you the next.
Yeah.
But the Islanders aren't a playoff team.
Yeah.
If you're counting the Jets and the Giants, both that, so it's like,
right.
I think Philly's the best.
Yeah.
Not playoff. Sports city.
No, I agree.
And I'm not Cincinnati where they have 2 sports. Like, that doesn't count. But
teams that have the big four sports.
Yes, out of the big 4 sports.
Yeah.
Sports cities.
Now, Sixers, more on them. Embiid is getting reevaluated this Friday, I believe, and that should be able to tell if he'll be back in the next week or so. I would think they want him back by the deadline, which is February 6th.
Mm-hmm.
Very curious to see what the Sixers do there, because KJ Martin will probably be gone. Would not be surprised if Guerschon Yabusele is gone, because we can't pay him this offseason.
Yeah.
Wouldn't surprise me. Well, yeah. Wouldn't really surprise me if Paul George is gone at the deadline. Just cutting losses early, but Daryl Morey isn't someone known to do that.
Yeah.
Sixers aren't someone who is known to do that.
It just seems like we had expectations for Paul George here, and where he's gotten us is here.
And he said he's bored, but if he was playing up here like he should be, then he wouldn't be bored. He said he wants to be covering the team's best player. A few weeks ago when we played the Kings, he was covering De'Aaron Fox, and De'Aaron Fox had like 50 points.
You can't. When looking at the schedule, all I see is red. So I don't think you should be worrying on who you're covering. I think you should be worrying about making the schedule green and not red.
Yep.
So that's all I read.
I'm going to go back to the Thunder game, which was January 14th. I think that's where you went for the Flyers too.
Yeah.
Justin Edwards, well, we lost the game, 118-102. Justin Edwards looked very good.
Yeah.
I'm sure you don't know who that is.
I've never heard of him until that night.
He is one of our two-way players from the Bluecoats, one of his first games up with us. He had 25 points and 6 rebounds on 56% shooting. He had a very good game. He looks like a very promising young player. Yabusele, 17-7. Jeff Doughton, 18-5. This game, we didn't have Kyle Lowry, Joel Embiid, Paul George, Drummond, Caleb Martin, Tyrese Maxey, Kenyon Martin, and Jared McCain, obviously.
Yeah. What do we know the status on him?
He's not returning this year.
Not returning this year.
Then that next game, we lost to the Knicks, 125-119, which was an overtime.
That was I did watch that game because I think it was the night before I left here, and it was a pretty close game.
Yeah, it was. Maxey had 33 points. He sent the game to overtime. Paul George, 26. Oubre, 16-10. Edwards, he had 10, 2, and 3. 66% shooting, so efficient night. Yabusele only had 9 points. I don't know. He'll have games where he scores almost 20, and then there's games that he doesn't score much. But these games that I'm reading out, you can tell that we need Joel Embiid. We lost to the Suns 109-99. Maxey 31, Oubre 26, Yabusele 14. Paul George only had 13 points.
See, the more and more like the season goes on, I'd rather keep Yabusele over. Like, I'd rather trade George.
Yeah.
And either get like a draft pick for him,
Yeah.
or get players like
just something
that we sign players that are actually consistently. All I'm hearing is Yabusele over 20 points a game.
Yeah, Tobias Harris is statistically doing better than Paul George this year.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
But again, like you said, we need Embiid. If you throw Embiid, I don't know what he's averaging this year. Let's just he's averaging.
I don't know how I got to the Suns. That's my bad.
24 points a game.
Yeah.
Like you have, let's just say you have the top 5 players. You have Maxey averaging 26.4, Embiid averaging 24.4.
In only 13 games played.
You're having Oubre put 13. I know Paul George and McCain's up there, but McCain is out.
Yeah, we're 0-6 in our last 6.
If you start giving these guys more minutes, is Yabusele going to do better? Is Caleb Martin going to do better?
They get a decent amount of minutes. Like Caleb Martin's averaging 30 minutes a game.
Like Justin Edwards only has 19 minutes.
Yeah.
So far, and he has 6.8 points at like.
Yeah.
I think I'd rather go with these other guys than Paul George.
Right. But looking at the upcoming Cavs game on Friday, that's a game like we could win it because we have a good team, but it all depends on how our bench players do, how the young guys do.
Yeah.
Without Joel Embiid, we need the young guys to step up big. We need Paul George to score at least 20 points.
I'm just feeling
like Maxey would have to get at least 30.
I feel there's just some kind of feeling with that game.
Mm-hmm.
That's just a good feeling, I should say. Like we're gonna see something very spectacular, like we did last night with the Flyers.
Yeah. But speaking about that game, Cavs are 36-6. I believe they're still first in the entire NBA. They're on a winning streak, I want to say. A 2-game winning streak.
So winning streak, I guess. It's better than a 7-game losing streak.
Right. Yeah, they lost to the Thunder. Which, again, one of the other best teams in the league.
Yeah.
But yeah. We'll see if Embiid will be back next week. I doubt he'll be back on Friday. Caleb Martin will be questionable. Embiid is technically questionable. Kenyon Martin is still out due to his foot injury, and Kyle Lowry is still out due to his hip injury. Old man hurt his hip. The next game will be Saturday against the Bulls in Chicago.
Which
they're
right there?
Yeah, they're the team right above us. We have to beat them if we want a shot at the playoffs. We need to beat them. We need to beat the Heat. We need to beat the Magic and Pistons whenever we play those teams. If we want a chance to make the play-in. Then next week it's Lakers and the Kings. Actually, Lakers, Kings, Nuggets. That'll round out next week.
That Nuggets game's gonna. We saw that last night.
If we go 1-4 or 0-5 in our next 5, it would not surprise me at all.
Yeah.
Which isn't good to say. And then we start off February.
Especially with a playoff caliber team. We
start off February against the Celtics. And then Mavs. And then the Heat right before the deadline.
Yeah, it's just.
I don't know. I'm probably one of the biggest Embiid supporters on social media. But at this point, it's almost like, do we just trade him to start fresh?
Yeah. We start the process. Yeah. I don't know. It's
we've had it going for 10 years, and we haven't made it past the second round in those 10 years.
I feel like
will still ride with Embiid no matter what. But from a purely basketball standpoint, it's not the worst idea to do.
It's not awful. Let's say that. It's not, but would you draft this guy and be like, hey, you're starting?
Right.
But like Embiid did. Like,
Right.
are you gonna?
Well, he sat out for a few years.
That's true. So, would you? Because I don't know what no one knows what a first pick's gonna look like.
So we might not have a first round pick this year. If it's in the top 6, we'll get it. That means we cannot make the playoffs in order to get our pick. Which still, that's very risky.
Yeah. Wish we could have Cooper Flag. That would be the best person. I don't know.
Neither do I.
Could they trade Paul George to get the first pick?
Maybe, but no team is going to give many first rounders for him because of his contract. Teams that can afford him wouldn't want to do that, and I don't think. I am thinking it'll be Jimmy Butler for the Suns, though. Okay. Because the Suns just traded, while we were at the game last night, Suns just traded for a few first round picks.
Okay.
So it looks like they're building up for a big trade.
When is that deadline?
February 6th.
Okay, so basically like almost like next week.
Yeah, 2 weeks away. Yeah, 13 days away. Because I believe it's a Tuesday.
Okay. Well, hopefully.
Yeah, we'll have the podcast going up that night.
Yeah.
So it could that night or the next day. So
maybe
be a long Sixers segment.
I was gonna say maybe we can just cut that out of.
It depends on what the Sixers do.
Yeah. Or if you just want, you guys are interested, comment down below. If you're interested in us going through all of the trade deadline,
we
can make a little segment of like a trade deadline or
And make sure to follow all of our socials because I will be on there all throughout the deadline with the rumors, with the whatever trades we do, any signings that we do after the deadline.
Yeah.
Because I still want us to get Lonnie Walker. And I think that's February 1st that he can be bought out. I don't know. We'll see with that too.
But yeah, let us know if you want to see us cover all that. We can, or we can just cover the Sixers and like a outside segment.
If there's a huge trade in the NBA, I'm sure I'll say something about it. Like I bring up the Jimmy Butler rumors every week. Same thing with the NFL. If there's ever a big thing, we'd bring that up.
Yeah.
With any sport, if there's a huge thing, we'll obviously talk about it.
Yeah. You'll get all of NFL later.
Yeah.
This week.
Yeah. This weekend. Well, do you have anything else for the Sixers before we
I do not have anything else for the Sixers.
So we will see you guys again this weekend for our Eagles preview.
Yep.
We've gotten 2 up so far.
Yep.
I'm excited for the game.
Me too. I'm very, very excited.
Especially since it's in Philly once again.
Yeah. Just like we were talking about in that preview, I mentioned something about the Lions losing that night, and they did, and it's good for the city.
Surprised.
It's good for. I was very surprised too, but you've mentioned this earlier, not to go too much into the Eagles to take away from our preview, but you get that 2017 vibe.
Yep. They have that dog mentality that they keep talking about.
They have that dog mentality that wins you games and wins you.
They have 3 animal shelters that they have covered the adoption fee for all their dogs until the end of their playoffs.
There you go. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So.
Anything else?
I think that's it.
All right. We'll see you guys this weekend. Go Birds.